Let's all say a prayer to the AMG gods for Tristan. Dear Lord and Heavenly Father, we are gathered here to pray for Tristan to get himself an AMG GTR.
I'm gonna walk away.
Hello and welcome to Everyday Petrolhead. I am at the auto show. As you can see behind me, I'm in the West Hall. It's mostly domestic cars. We're going to check out a couple of different brands and see what's out here. And I'll shoot a bunch of things that I find interesting and let you guys know what I think about it. A lot of nice vehicles. We're going to skip that brand in the background with 3 triangles. Well, trapezoids. I don't know what those are. They don't make cars anymore. They make these supposed crossover things. So I'll check you guys later. So I brought my iPhone. This fool brings a red.
That's better.
I started off in the West Wing and Porsche happened to be the first stop. And of course we had nothing but a 911 smorgasbord. The GT2 Club Sport was amazing to look at. I mean, look at these lines, look at the way this thing is designed. It just screams, I am so fast. And pushing the envelope, Porsche is now starting to get into hybrids more heavily. I mean, they had the Panamera and the Cayenne for the longest, but now with the Macan having an option, that's amazing. So I just kind of glanced through this area because a 911 is a 911 is a 911. And I know every single 911 person is going to get mad at me for saying that, but they all do look alike, but there are subtle differences. You can tell I'm not a big Porsche guy, but they are amazing to drive. You have a choice of the regular Panamera or the hatchback Panamera. I kind of like the hatchback a little bit more. Oh look honey, an even brighter version of the Honda Civic. Now initially I was confused by this, watching people sit down and see a demonstration of how the features work in a Subaru, but then I thought about it. I don't think they had a large Subaru like this before. And of course no visit to this general area would be finished without a beautiful pan shot of the Nissan GTR. I have to say the theme for this year's show has to be zero emissions or fuel efficiency, and there are a lot of electrics on display. This next one was my favorite. This new automaker is called Rivian, and they are making waves in the industry. This is a quad motor drivetrain, 4 electric motors, 1 at each wheel, with a Tesla style skateboard battery pack. And what does it look like? See for yourself. What makes this automotive maker different from everybody else is it feels like they took the ideas that Tesla had in mind and turned it up to 11. I mean, the styling cues inside of this thing is amazing. It's completely utilitarian. You can use this on a daily basis. They have 3 battery sizes. The largest one puts out enough power to give you nearly 700 horsepower for this car. And that is beyond amazing. I'll put some specs in the description down below, and I'll also link you to their website, but they're projecting for 2020 to launch. The car will have more than 400 miles of range, and 0 to 60 in roughly 3 seconds. And to be honest with you, at first I was kind of shooken up by the initial design at the front of the car, but honestly, it's a really beautiful SUV. Well thought out, well designed. It does harken back to the Range Rover, Ford Explorer type of lines, which is fine because everybody loves those designs. I think what people want is this for every car, and then we can get rid of gas. I don't have a problem with that idea. And the lowest level model gives you more than enough power. The top of the range gives you near 700 horsepower, 800 pound-feet of torque, and you can take it anywhere. I mean, that's all we really wanted, right? 400 miles of range for your gas. That's all we really wanted. Rivian has accomplished this. And I'm showing you the pickup truck because they had the commercial for the pickup truck. And I figured I'll just show you the video I shot of the actual SUV at the car show instead. The thing I like about this brand the most is it feels like they reverse engineered the idea of let's take you off-road first and then bring you back on-road rather than the other way around.
So to avoid you wondering what the bottom of a Mustang looks like, I think Ford decided to just flip one over for us. This is how they tend to leave car shows. Yeah.
Kia is another manufacturer who's had major improvements in the last several years, whether it's because of the merger with Hyundai or just their own advances. Their cars are getting better and better. The Kia Stinger is awesome. Between the person from the M division designing the motor and designing cues from other manufacturers, the cars are just beautiful. I was hoping to see Jeremy, Richard, and James, but apparently this was a display for the Grand Tour video game, which looks like a rebranded Forza.
Oh, the classic my wife needs.
We had to stop in with Galpin, and they had these two Lincoln Navigators wrapped, and they were just magnificent. I mean, look at these things. The wrapping is amazing, the styling is amazing, and the Navigator's come a long way from where it started. We might have to get one of these. I decided to hang out with a pair of knuckleheads, and I'm having way too much fun with these two knuckleheads. The new Ford Ranger looks amazing, and I saw in Australia they have a Ford Ranger Raptor. I think this one doesn't have enough wang. Yeah. Dadmobile, Mommobile, circa 1980. And this is how you showcase the original Mustang Bullitt with the new Mustang Bullitt, bracketing it off. That is a nice touch. And of course, my visit to Galpin wouldn't be complete without seeing Salomondion's Raptor. I had to check this thing out in person. I've watched all the videos on this thing. It doesn't do it any justice. This thing is just gorgeous in person. It was good actually seeing an LFA up close for the first time. Beautifully designed. I could only imagine what this thing is like to drive. If I could have an RCF, I would be so happy. But we found out that this is not an RCF. It's more so a RC350 with a body kit on it to look like an RCF. Luckily, when I turned around to look backwards, they actually had a racing RCF, and that kind of redeemed it a little bit. They also brought an LC500, which is beautiful to look at. I still am torn between the RCF and the LC500. And of course, the granddaddy, the LS. This thing was just ridiculous. That's enough of the West Hall. Join me in the next video when we explore the South Hall with your everyday petrol head. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.